your intervention. So we are ready now, and then we take one last round behind this table to give comment about all the things that you said wrong in your interventions. Is somebody still daring to open his mouth now? Yeah, Frank? Can people, maybe you have to stand and... Okay, a micro. In the meantime, Matthias told a lot about companies. I don't know if anybody remembers El Compañero companies, a very big revolutionary. Frank?
I didn't get that last sentence that you said.
No.
Okay, but
doesn't matter.
I would like to say two things. I think it's like for one thing, okay, ecology is important, but I don't see myself necessarily as an ecologist. As a human being, we have some problems to tackle, and ecology seems to be a very big one, which is one of the things. And I think that democracy is one of the things. And what in Western society I think is very important is that we need to become more political about these kinds of issues that are have very much impact on our lives, and that we, in a kind of way, we outsourced politics to professional politicians, and that in our everyday life, we have an immense amount of ways to engage in a political way, to put pressure, and in the end, politics it's like electricity. It follows the way of the least resistance. So the more resistance you put somewhere, the more difficult it will be to be enhanced. And I think that it's a very crucial step in society, and Western society, European society is being challenged more than ever to reclaim to claim or reclaim this politics. Politics is not something that's just happening somewhere else. It's something that even if we do nothing, we do politics because we implicitly endorse what they are doing.
Okay, thanks, Frank. So within a couple of weeks, we see again a name change of Fairfin into Fair Resistance or Fair Politics or something like that. Somebody else? Yeah. El compañero Rafael de Amberia, speaking to you.
Well, I think we really do need a movement that tackles problems and that is much focused on social ecological issues. And maybe this is the next step for us to take. We've seen the Alter Globalization movement. We've seen things like Occupy Together and Indignados and so on. And we've seen that ecological issues have been somewhat important in it, but maybe not enough. And then I think it would be good to have a worldwide movement much focused on social ecological issues. Things like climate justice, sustainability, and that it would do a lot of direct action focused on tackling ecological problems, focused debates focused a lot on social ecological issues, and supporting a lot of the poor people in the world and trying to involve them in the debates and the actions going on.
Okay, they already said this movement exists, and today is the next step, I think. Somebody else? Ah! Let's see.
Hello, I'd like to use my minute to talk about some very concrete greenwashing which is coming to Flanders. In fact, it's already arrived. It's new unconventional gas, and it's being hailed as clean, green transition fuel that will take us towards renewables, the solution for now. And actually, the problem with unconventional gas is that it's a new technology that's in risk of becoming a technology which keeps us locked in fossil fuels for another generation. And it's not a solution, it's another false solution, it's more greenwashing. So we have our ministers, politician, Minister Ingrid Leeton saying it's not renewable, but it is green, clean energy. We have the industry coming to Flanders saying as long as it's regulated, it's fine. We've seen elsewhere all over the world, in America, in Australia, in the UK, that unconventional gas, shale gas elsewhere, here it's coal seam gas or coal bed methane. Fracking might mean something to some people, but it's still very much not known about. And yet there's a company in Flanders that is set up with the local development agency to start doing that in Flanders this year. They're going to put a planning permission to the Flemish government before the end of this year. They've chosen the place they're going to drill in Limburg this year. It's happening now. And it's dangerous for methane emissions, it pollutes water, it pollutes land, it takes up land that should be used for agriculture, nature, residential areas. It's damaging people's health, it's damaging the environment, it's damaging our energy policies for the next few years. And yet, everywhere you'll hear that gas is the new green. So I just wanted to say, be scared, it's not green, it's not clean, it's making a lot of money for some very nasty companies, and we don't want it in Flanders. So join our new Friends of the Earth campaign, and if you want more information, come to me or pick up a leaflet, or watch a film called Gasland, which I can get you a link to watch free with Dutch subtitles. And in 40 minutes, I think you'll be so convinced you want to give it to your friends and your neighbours and your family and anyone you know in Limburg, in the Kempen, in Flanders, in Belgium, in Europe, anywhere, because this is horrible and it's happening. So please get active. Thank you.
Okay. We don't need transition fuel, we need revolution fuel. I think we are expecting number 4 of the interventions now. I'm getting asleep myself.
Someone else?
Someone else? You want to organize your referendum that you, or the quiz that you want to do?
I'll confess, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an eco-bourgeois, I'm a green. So, what I want to ask and what I want to take a plea for is, do I prefer deregulation? Of course not. Do I want real sustainability? Yes. But there's always a push and a pull. So, indeed, I wanted to do the quiz again, but you just invited me not to. So what my point is how many of you realize that by the sheer choices you make daily, you do influence the whole trajectory of any product, any service, any whatever commodity that exists. And by doing so, and by making it hip and cool, which is my profession, also influencing others on a more emotional, intuitive level, which is needed, because we are not all intellectuals today. We are reflecting and thinking and having all these concepts. But I come from poverty, extreme poverty. We the poor, we are not intellectuals. We are in survival mode. So if we want to go to real green and make it more social, we should not only debate and take action. We should actually make it feasible, give the example, and not use the global responsibility and the systematic or the system responsibility to get out of our own responsibility. So can I please ask of you to take not only the criticism on systems, but also reflect on your own choices, whether it's leading towards more sustainability or not. Thank you.
Okay, from poverty to eco-bourgeois.
That's what I did. I went from extremely
The
poor
last
to eco.
question. No? Thank you very much for that self-censure. We have some music. We have the email of all the people that made an inscription for today. So we don't care about the privacy stuff. You can expect a mail from Climaxi inviting you to further actions. can scribe out if you don't want, but we need you to build out that movement, to organize more actions, to organize more conferences, to find volunteers that want to go on this way with us and all the other people that did something today in workshops. Have a lot of respect for all of you in the audience, because me, myself, I'm not capable to follow 6 hours discussions like you did today. So you almost must have a huge level of consciousness and attention. Let me thank you, all of you, and I forgot until now one man who is walking behind the presenter of today, Paul Schrijvers. Thanks for you all, and have a beer in the bar.